Welcome viewers back to the PI show. It's that time of the show with Kathy's Mailbag. Good evening, Kathy. How are you?
Good, thank you, Tony. Good evening, Nunzio. Good evening, viewers. How are you tonight?
It's quite contentious, isn't it? Public liability.
It is. It's actually quite interesting. Nunz, thanks so much for coming on board tonight and actually discussing public liability, because there's a lot of slips and falls, especially with council, and a lot of people don't know their rights. And as you said, it's very difficult. So it's good to know that information.
Kathy,
No, it is a lot to know.
The 40 amendments to the Wrongs Act, which deals with these people falling over in supermarkets and public places, there used to be hundreds and hundreds of claims every year in court. Now they've reduced significantly, haven't they?
That's mainly due to that 5% issue that gets rid of a lot of injuries.
But even the lawyers aren't sure about the test.
Yeah, look, it's not as widely practiced as it is, but it's still a big area, Tony.
So it's important that people make the inquiries, don't you
Definitely
think?
make the inquiries, because you've only got 3 years, remember.
I actually find it a little bit sad at times as well with the law surrounding public liability. A lot of clients will come in and they have been injured and are off work for a few weeks, but they don't meet that 5% and they can't get compensation for it.
But you can still sue for your medicals and
That's
also
right.
loss of earnings and
the domestic services.
So
I think that's big.
Still a lot of claims available to you.
Yeah.
Especially little old ladies
All
aren't
right,
getting injured.
Yes, very true. We need to get moving on to our questions. First question tonight comes from James from Williamstown. To the PI show, I have just had a spine operation. I slipped out in front of a shopping centre door. The tiles were wet. I flipped onto my lower back and spine, and the tiles have been now replaced with non-slip tiles. I believe that there was CCTV footage. How long do I have to wait to make a claim? Now, Nuns, I'll pass it on to you, but you've kind of covered this tonight as well. So it's the 3 years.
It's 3 years, but I suppose, look, just to give James a little bit of a heads up, I suppose, make sure that you can see a lawyer straight away, because I said you've got the 3 years and you need evidence straight away. So we need to get that CCTV footage. You need to get a copy of the incident report. There's a lot of things that need to be done before you even take that next step.
And also you want to know why they replaced the tiles.
Exactly right.
I mean, the assumption is that they'll replace because they're slippery, but you'd still have to prove that point, wouldn't you?
Oh, look, of course, but at the same time, James, just because they have changed it after the event, that's not admission of liability, so it's all about proving what happened at the time.
But you would want to get their records to show why they changed it. Someone would have made an assessment at some stage.
Of course.
You would also need to know as well whether there were any signs at the time surrounding the area where James fell as well.
I would have thought signs or no signs, if they're slippery tiles, especially in something that's heavily trafficked as this, they're going to be liable.
Yes, right, and you'll find a lot of that information come out later on in the proceeding.
Okay, so seek legal advice, James. We hope that's helped, and we hope that you recover nicely from your spine operation as well. Second question tonight, to the PI show. I fractured my humerus in 3 places recently. I was at the gym on a dip machine. I was wondering if the gym would be liable for out-of-pocket expenses. The people at the gym rang me asking if I needed anything, and when I told them I wanted my expenses paid, they said they didn't think they had to pay. But now I've been offered 12 months free membership and some one-on-one time with a trainer. I'm feeling frustrated. What do you think? Nuns, this comes from Anne. Is there liability here for the gym? Can she get her medicals paid for?
Look, and it's we need to know more about, I suppose, what she was directed to with regard to that the dip machine, what she was instructed, how to use it.
What is it?
I don't go to the gym, Tony, so I wouldn't know.
Well, personal injury lawyers don't keep fit, viewers.
What is it?
It's a particular machine, Tony. We'll have to take you on a side trip to a gym so that they can show you what it is.
Is that a serious machine?
Well, there's a number of different weight machines. It is a particular weight machine, but regardless, we don't know what instructions she was given as well, how to use it, whether she was with a trainer.
Exactly right.
Do you reckon he knows? The director.
Viewers, can you please send in a picture to Tony of what a dip machine is so we can clarify the issue?
He doesn't even know himself.
Right, so
just on a serious point though, and you should be aware that if they are offering you something, make sure that's not in the form of a release, basically preventing you from any future compensation. So make sure you know what you're actually getting before you accept anything.
Nuns, the humerus in 3 places, right? It could be significant.
That's a very significant injury, Tony.
So forget about just your medical treatment. It sounds to me you should be looking at suing for general damages.
That's the 5% issue what we're talking about.
Pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment of life. And also the instructions that were given, as you said, and is the machine defective? Maybe it was broken.
Well, if it's defective, it might even fall under a Trade Practices Act as opposed to the Wrongs Act. So there's various issues that will arise in this one. Ian.
So we definitely need more facts, and you should seek legal advice on that further.
Must get advice.
We hope that's helped you. Now, moving on to question 3 for tonight, to the PI show. I've recently fallen over in a fruit shop and have a suspected fractured elbow. I'm also expecting a baby in a week's time. The owner of the shop disputes responsibility. What what can I do? And this is from Robin in Glenroy. This is very serious. I mean, a week away from giving birth, so...
She's very lucky she didn't...
lose the baby.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So in terms of whether the shop owner has responsibility, what would you say?
There's no doubt they have a duty, and if they're denying it now, but look, later on, if there is a claim, then that'll have to be done by court and litigation, so they can't get out of it, but initially they always do try and
But Nuns, we're going to have to know more about what it was that she fell on.
Yeah.
And because it wouldn't be a very big shop, you'd think that the duty to ensure that it's clean is right around the clock.
Of course.
Well, the onus is on the fruit shop owner to ensure that the cleanliness as well, but isn't that common for fruit shops in particular, that they have to have a very clean area given lots of fruits and vegetables that are easy to sleep on?
Look, they should, but at the same time, there's a lot of traffic and also products going through, so it's hard to keep a neat
grapes,
fruit shop.
you got banana peels, you got lettuce leaves, you got all sorts of things.
Tony, you're making it sound like we're monkeys.
Oh, it's a real problem.
No, it's not good.
But she should write to them and put them on notice as well, just to, they are denying it, I suppose, to hand now, but maybe ask for their insurer to get
But just on this issue, even in the supermarket, I would have thought the onus in the fruit area is a lot higher than anywhere else in the shop.
Definitely is.
Because the chance of something falling on the ground is so much higher.
Of course.
You got leaves, you got water, you got all sorts of things.
And that's probably the most common, I suppose, supermarket type of case in the fruit and veggie section.
Yeah, that's right.
And the milk, or the
milk,
cold section.
The cool storage, those areas.
Okay, we're about to extend to the whole supermarket here. Viewers, thank you again for writing in tonight. We would like to remind you to keep writing in. Our email address is info@thepishow.com, and of course, please keep watching different shows that are on at our website www.thepishow.com. And also, if you've got any topics that you want us to cover, and if we're able to, we would love to be able to present that to you. But Tony,
can I ask Nuns a couple of things? One of the things we didn't touch upon was time limits. Did we say 3 years?
Look, we did say 3 years, but the data discoverability, that's the unknown, and that's one where you need to seek legal advice.
But is that the date you become aware you've got rights to sue?
That's right. You've got a cause of action. So sometimes you might get belted in a club and you don't realise that you have a cause of action, but when you do it, that 3 years starts from there.
That's exactly right. And also with minors and people under legal disability, they've got...
Look, they've got different, I suppose, the time periods and limitation periods.
The dynamics is different.
Exactly right. Look, we'll have to touch on that another time, Tony.
Okay.
Tony, what do we have for the viewers next week?
Next week we're going to have Don back, and we're going to be talking about transport accidents with a bit of a twist. So, viewers, stay tuned. Nuncio, thanks for coming on board.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Kathy, thanks again.
Thank you, Tony. Nuncio.
Viewers, thanks for watching. Stay safe, and come back next week to watch us and Dom Mathia. Thank you.
Good night.